Hello, everybody, and welcome to the FanBase podcast. I am MrPrince, the leader and founder of FanBase.
The leader and founder. What
Yeah,
the
the,
fuck
the
does
oh
that
great
mean?
one.
The
Honestly,
oh
you
great
should be
god.
Mr. King at
The
this point.
omnipotent prince.
Omnipotent.
Down.
All right, and then we have.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, that's right. I'm next, right? Hi, my name is MrColourss or Mason. I'm the voice of Bomb in Tower of God and Natsuo in fucking Domestic Girlfriend Abridged. Nice to meet everybody.
Yes, yes. All right, Fuffy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, hi, it's me, Fuffy. Am well. I'm Fuffy, also known as James. I'm an editor guy. I'm also the voice of that one fucking cube that's like, all right, mom, just finishing my murder death games.
Oh my god.
The one voice.
And I mostly do editing and just sort of like vibe, and basically I try to get shit done because oftentimes that doesn't happen, as proven by us fucking around with technical difficulties for the first hour before even starting this
Dude,
podcast.
it's been 2 hours. It's been 2
Oh,
hours.
well, you know what?
It's been like a
Fun.
whole
All right.
podcast time. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god.
It's fine.
It's cool. Hey, Sean.
Hi there, I'm Wildbore, aka Sean, and I sort of keep this
Yes.
thing running because I've got nothing better to do with my life.
Sean, what do you do here at FanBase?
Oh, here at FanBase, I basically just haunt the voice chats, acting as a sort of a magnet or a warning sign for people to either come in or stay away. I dabble in some writing. I am the director of Domestic Girlfriend Abridged, and I also, I make some important decisions.
Hell yeah. Make the important decisions. He's the
Nice,
smart one.
nice.
What are we talking about today, man?
All right.
He dies.
He just completely cut
Fucking
out.
great.
I think he accidentally let go of his push to talk.
Okay, I did. For your information.
So to put this lightly for everybody, so Matt fucked up somehow, and his fucking microphone and his whole setup is just not working for some
My
reason.
whole
So
computer
he's on his
just-
phone instead.
So he's on his phone instead because we really want to record this, and we've been waiting for like 2 weeks now to schedule this, and Matt's computer is being fucking stupid. So he's on his phone. Bear with it. This is not how it's always going to be, guys. We promise. We are professionals in some regards.
Debatable. Anyways.
But I
what's
have
the
to
first
record this
topic?
whole thing with OBS just to make it simple for Matt.
All right, so I think for now we'll just go ahead and go through exactly what we kind of do. I know Board just kind of said what he does, but Mason,
Wait,
why don't
yeah.
you tell us a little about
what's
what you
Oh
do?
regular
yeah, I didn't
workday
say.
in
I just said
FanBase
what I
to
like,
you?
what I voiced in. Yeah, so like what I do is so I was the lead editor before Fuffy showed up, and now me and Fuffy just edit together. But I'm like the so what I do primarily now after we've evolved over the past like 6 months or so is I run the marketing stuff pretty much. So I come up with all of like the marketing ideas, like where should we throw videos. I run the FanBase TikTok, which is really fun, and I just pump out crackhead TikToks all fucking day. And it's great. That's pretty much what I do. I will contribute to some writing if I'm able to. I do editing. I'm Fuffy's right hand man when it comes to editing, so me and him will collaborate on editing together. And other than that, that's pretty much what I do for FanBase stuff. Oh, I do a lot of the artwork.
Yeah.
I do a lot of the artwork for FanBase. So, yeah.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, that's what I do, boys.
You carry, that's what you do. Colors.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Fuffy.
Okay, so that's what he does. Yeah, he said, he was the main editor guy until I came along and was like, hey, I have the time to do like basically the final cut of everything. So I can take that long-term stuff, and so he can just now focus on scenes and then put his editing talents to work on the glorious
FanBase
random as
TikTok.
TikTok, like.
Which has more attention than our actual YouTube channel, by the way.
Well,
It's
I mean,
really
it does,
bad.
but it's TikTok attention, so it's just people scrolling by mindlessly.
Bro.
Anyways, that's another thing that I do. I nerd out over that kind of like analytics, that kind of stuff, but more the big term goals, the YouTube uploads, that kind of funky stuff.
Yeah, he knows the algorithm. He knows the YouTube algorithm like the back of his fucking hand, so he...
And I've never even like gotten a chance to use it because I quit all my other YouTube projects. But
Yep.
now this one's here, so.
And it seems like it's actually gonna
Just
last
picked
for
up
quite a
all your
while
time.
this time. For once. It's nice, guys, being a part of an actual team that works. You know, we've gotten out, like, you know how like Valve has that issue where like they can never go to
Anyone
3.
can do anything.
They can
Yeah.
never get to 3,
So they
right?
just-
We've gotten to 1 twice.
We've gotten to 1 twice. Let's
We've
see
got
if
to
we
one
can count
3
to 3.
times.
We've gotten to 1 3 times. That's right, 3 times because domestic girlfriend.
Yeah,
Let's see if
almost
we can
got
get to 2.
once, and then it
And then Sony attacked.
Oh,
Fucking-
Sony.
So how do we all meet? How did this whole thing come together?
Okay,
what a
so
good segue.
I guess
Start
I'll go
off
ahead
with the
and
man
tell
himself.
the beginning of the story. Alright, so originally it started with really just me being bored at home, you know, nothing to do. So as always, you know, I've been voice acting for a couple of years now, like 3 years, more or less, but mainly just auditions and stuff. You know, I really didn't get any big parts, but I went ahead and decided to release a dub of the I forget it now, the Hinokami
It was the
Kaga.
fight scene at the end of the
Hinokami
spider arc, the
Kaga.
spider people arc, yeah.
That's what it is, which is the fire god dance. I
It's
think.
the fire
Tanjiro
water god
versus
dance or
Rui.
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, so I did that, and I went ahead and you know, showed it to a bunch of people, and I started getting like people reaching out to me saying like that they really liked it and that like I made a pretty good Tanjiro. So I was like, you know what? I like a bridge series and I like Demon Slayer, so why not? And so I started building a team, and now we're here.
Avengers Assemble.
Oh god, and the team. Let's just, oh man, and the team. The team. The team.
Ooh.
Because I remember like what? Like I remember when I joined, what was like March, right? It was like the middle of March is when I showed up with
So-
Kiwi.
Yeah, we had stuff going before, but what happened was I basically had 2 people, right? 2 people that helped me, which was I forget the other one's name. But one of them was okay. I'm just.
It was
gonna
like the
look it
OG
up in a sec.
Nezuko, right?
But okay, so they were the main people I first started talking to about scripting, and we went ahead and they gave me ideas as I ran through and just kind of wrote down the script of the first episode of Demon Slayer Bridge, you know, before we got destroyed. But we did that, and then halfway through, like me, I had about 2 editors probably in the chat already, and then I just decided to take a break because, like, frankly, things weren't moving at all, and like I was just like I had too much things going on in real life. Like I was focusing on school, and I was also doing like sports and stuff like boxing, and I did football for a little bit before that, but you know.
mind you, the 2 editors that he brought in, and this is my favorite thing. The 2 editors that he brought in had no editing software and didn't know how to edit anything at all.
So basically, we're saying this was the darkest time.
This is the
Yes,
dark
we have the
times.
Sony art
The
coming up,
darkest
but
time.
this was truly the darkest time.
Yeah, we have the dark time arc, and then we proceed to March where Kiwi and MrColourss showed up and changed everything, and
You're talking about yourself in third person.
yeah, they changed everything. Because like when I showed up, the Discord wasn't even like a Discord server. There was no. It was like a general chat and a freaking voice chat and like nothing, and it was really bad.
A mess.
It was a
was a
mess.
Discord server
Sean
template.
actually got to see. I think when Sean showed up like a week later, because I joined and then Sean was there like a few days later. It was still that way, right? Like it was still like a weird really simple Discord server.
Yeah, this was back when I knew nothing about Discord.
I
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
knew nothing about
Yeah, you guys have
Discord.
come a long way in the past like 7 months since we've
Yes,
done
yes.
everything. But
Yes, and now I provided tech support for Matt for the
exactly.
first 2 hours.
And so like I remember we joined and then I joined as an editor. I didn't even join as a voice actor. I remember I didn't even want to voice act because Kiwi, me and so just some background, you know, like me and Kiwi were together. She is not a part of FanBase anymore, sadly. And that was totally her decision. Like no one kicked her out or anything like that. She just left because she wanted to move on to other things. But Kiwi joined as Nezuko. She did a Nezuko audition that I helped her do. And I asked if there were any kind of editors. Like I asked her to ask you, Matt. And then she asked and Matt was like, yeah, sure. So he texted me on Discord. I showed him my, cause I was Dan and the editor of Bakugan Abridged. And so I showed him that and he was like, well, fuck yeah, let's get you on here. So I joined the server. And then a week later, episode 1 was done because I had barely a job.
A week.
In 5 days, episode 1 got edited, fully worked, and it was probably the coolest thing I've ever made in my life at that time.
Nice. I was best boy Tanjiro.
Yeah, he was best boy Tanjiro, and if some of you got to see that, if the 2 point
Some of
like
you,
like
the
5
OG
people who
fans.
saw the episode got to see it, I was so dead afterwards. It was horrible. I remember how much praise you guys gave me. You and Sean gave me so much praise. Like, Mason, you're so awesome. Like Sean was always like, don't work too hard. You know, make sure you're taking breaks. And he was always sitting there like, you're amazing, Mason. You're such a hard worker. And now they sit there and go like, look at this dumb cunt. Let's see if he even gets this scene finished. Can he even get this done on time?
Okay.
Oh, I have said in many occasions.
Yeah. It's like, can he even get this finished? This is going to be one for the stories. And so, yeah, that was how we showed up. And then Fuffy joined. Fuffy, when did you join? Was it like the end of it? Was like
You want to
episode
know
2,
how
right?
how I stumbled upon this shit?
Yeah, how
I
was
didn't even
it?
tell you how
I don't even
how Matt and I
remember.
met.
Oh wait, yeah, we got to learn the Prince Boar story.
Oh, yeah,
The love
Prince Boy.
story.
Oh, this is a good story actually. I
This
kind of
is,
like this story.
This is an evil story.
All right, Bor, would you like to tell it since you
Okay,
haven't really
so back in the dark times,
the dark
I used to go
times.
on this website. Some people may have heard of it. It's called Omegle.
What?
Wait,
Whoa.
what?
Oh my god.
Wait a
have
minute,
y'all even
hold
heard
on.
this story?
I don't know this story. What is this?
Oh my.
And so, I was just coming back into my voice acting fad interest, if you will, and I stumbled across the only other person who had this tag on Omegle, because you can put in an effort to try and avoid all the cocks that are out there. And so came across this this guy, and he was like, he's quite a chill dude. And he was like, hey, dude, like, you know, you should add me on Discord. You should add me on Instagram, and like, you know, and we just chatting about like anime and stuff. And he recommended to me Demon Slayer. I recommended him Rising of the Shield Hero.
Good.
And I
And then-
watched it too. It was
Yeah,
good. I
yeah.
loved it.
I watched it too.
Wow.
I did. It
um,
was great.
I think it was about a month later, or a month to 2 months later, I get a message from MrPrince, and he's like, "Hey man, so yeah, I'm kind of doing this bridge series. It's Demon Slayer Abridged. You know, Demon Slayer Kimetsu Yaiba. Man, you
That's
can
the
maybe,
perfect impression, boy.
maybe like come on as like a voice actor, or, you know, like a writer, or I'm looking
I can't
for
even hear you,
editors.
so
I'm just looking
You're
for
doing
cool
good.
friends. You're so quiet, Sean.
Yeah, I'm just looking for editors.
I just
But,
need
okay.
friends.
So the thing was about our encounter, though. Okay, so the first time I seen Bor, right when he comes up, right, he looks at me for a second, and then I'm like, "Hey," and then he skips me. He skips me.
Wow.
And I'm like, "Wow, okay." I'm like, "All right." I was just.
he was
'cause,
looking
like,
for
this was
anime
one of the
titties, bro.
first- it was legit one of the first times I actually got on Omegle with like my mic and everything. Like I've heard of it and I've seen videos of it and stuff, but like I never actually, participated. And then like one of the first few people I see is him, and then immediately like he skips me. But I found him again maybe like 30 or 40 minutes later. And then we started talking, and that was great.
And we've been married ever since.
That's fucking great.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Best friends.
And then Sean then joined us through what do we call are we calling that the Sony arc?
The Sony arc.
I joined before the dark, during the dark times, and I would just sit in on you editing.
Yeah, his character
Because-
evolved during Sony arc.
Yeah.
he evolved into a writer. That's when this like the whole team grew. Like we got Marsh. You added Marsh, right? Who added Marsh? Who? How did these people?
Actually, Marsh is one of the he's one of the original people.
Oh, okay,
who's
cool,
here
cool.
from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, Marsh
Thanatos?
is a script writer. For those of
How
you who
did-
don't
how
know,
did-
he actually helped with the first episode of Demon Slayer
Hell yeah.
Blades, as well as like everything else after that.
How
So
did-
yeah,
how did
props to
Thanatos
Marsh.
Yeah, how did Thanatos show up? I can't remember. Do you know?
I brought Thanatos. It was a Facebook group, I think.
Yeah, I remember. I saw so I added you on Facebook, by the way. I'm not sure if you saw my friend request, but like you just popped up into my recommended. I'm not even kidding. You were just like recommended friend, and I was like, is that Matt? I saw your fucking Facebook picture, and I was like, that is that
remember
little
that.
son of a bitch. It was like 2 days ago. I was like, that little son of a bitch. I'm friending him, and I saw the fucking picture. I saw the post about like, hey,
Yeah.
I got a Nezuko, blah blah blah. I need a
Oh
Nezuko,
my-
and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
that's
my-
where it started.
Yes, that is where it started actually. I think actually if you look in the comments, it's possible.
Yeah, because
to see
Kiwi's
some of
older
our
brother
people.
was in the group that you posted that to. That's how this
Yeah.
all got, like, that's how it happened, was like Kiwi's older brother texted us and said, yo, there's this Nezuko, you wanted to be a voice actor, here's this thing. And she didn't have any microphone or anything, so obviously she asked me to like come over to my place and like, and I wanted to really knock it out of the park because she made it sound like the post looked like a really serious post. Like it was like, hey, we're doing this. And so it's like, all right, let's knock it out of the park. So I did like Foley work, and I had Kiwi like voice act over actual like a Nezuko reel. You know what I mean? Like there was the actual animation. You remember, right, Matt? Like I did like this
I
whole
remember.
thing, yeah. And then I sent it to him, and he was like, dude, fucking yeah. And I was like, by the way,
Hell yeah.
I did that.
The thing was, right before this happened, right before like I was still casting because right after that, like I had a Nezuko before, but she just up and like just basically decided to just leave.
Yeah.
Like right before things started actually kicking off. So it's kind of funny
Yeah.
because like she could have actually been the Nezuko.
Well, I remember how it happened was you wanted her to re-audition for some reason.
Yeah, I wanted her to re-audition, and she go like, I'm like, can you just resubmit these lines so I can get a better idea of like your audio quality and everything?
Yeah.
And I was like giving her tips of how to like
Mhm.
make it sound better, and she's like, oh, you already casted me for the role? That's so like unprofessional, and now you're telling me that like I'm still probably gonna get replaced possibly. And then she's like, okay, whatever, I'm done, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave.
she
So I
dipped.
was like, okay, all right.
You know what?
Oh,
I'm
bitch, you've
glad,
been
I'm
replaced
glad
now.
we I'm glad we avoided that. Listen,
Yeah.
guys, I want to mention to the audience, we have rejected people who sound amazing just because of the audio quality. We will
You know,
do
I
it.
considered
Yeah.
rejecting Mr. Cut. No, just kidding.
Fuck you, bitch. I was here before you. If you don't listen, Twitter, voice acting Twitter, all right, voice acting Twitter, listen here, all right. If you have a fucking blue snowball, don't even look in our direction. Don't look anywhere in anyone's
have
direction.
one.
Shut the fuck
have
up.
one.
I have one, but I don't use it.
I have one.
I don't use
haven't
it,
touched it
but I
in
do
like
have
3
it.
years. All right, and I only bought it.
Actually, you know what? I have
What?
I have a step below it. I have a blue snowball ice.
That's what I had, bro,
Which-
because I didn't have $70. I only had
Yeah,
$45.
you gotta save money, bro.
That's what I'm
Bro,
saying. That was
so,
me.
and the
That
snowball
was
ice
so
was
me.
so bad for no reason,
It
dude.
was.
It
It was
sucked, bro.
Terrible.
That's
Hey,
what.
It's okay. I was using a Rode NTG2,
Oh my gosh.
which is
Oh God.
designed for being a
Like boom
in the
mic or something,
field.
right?
on top of a camera mic,
Yeah.
not for voiceover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, hey, it worked. It like did the job. You know what I mean? Like it was okay. It definitely sounded like a blue snowball though, but hey, it's whatever. It's cool. Cause you did the like the villager dude from episode 2, right? Like you did.
You're gonna buy the damn basket or not,
yeah,
kid?
yeah. So like we have this. Okay, so we'll go to the Sony era. This is when Fuffy got introduced. Fuffy
Yeah,
is in the Sony
This is
era.
the pre-Sony
Yeah.
era when I came in. You want to know how
Ooh.
I came in?
Yeah. How did Fuffy show up? It was because
There
of
was
casting
this
call, right?
casting call on
Yeah.
Casting Call Club.
Oh,
So now I was
Wonder
going
would
through
be
this
something.
website, Casting Call Club, a great place. You can find voice actors, editors. Well, you can't really find editors, but you can try.
Fuffy is
And
one of them.
that's what you guys did. That's what this Wildbore figure did. They posted this casting call, and I'm like, FanBase. This seems fascinating. I wonder what this is all about. Because I'd applied to a few other editor things, and all the projects just fell through. Of course they did, because it's like random
Because
crap on
that's
casting.
what they
calls.
Yeah, it's shit casting call auditions.
And I was like, wait, I don't really want to join like some weird production team as like a second editor, but they actually have done something. There's an episode 1 out that exists. I could join this and like actually have a crew to work with, have like voice actors do stuff. You know, I watched episode 1. I'm like, you know what? It's not bad. There's a few parts that are lacking, but then there's a few parts where you're like, well, I mean, they know what they're doing. Like the snow makes a noise. That's important.
Thank you. Thank
this
Thank
snow
you!
makes a
Oh
noise.
my
I mean,
God, bro,
you
that
can't
was-
really get better than that.
Oh my god, dude! You don't understand how annoying it was watching other Kimetsu no Yaiba like abridged series, and like the snow sounded like ass. Like there was either no snow or it was like
Just
way too
silent,
much snow.
yeah.
Oh my god, thank you.
So I auditioned for this, and I'm like, you know, maybe I'll get cast. That'd be cool. And then finally one day, I get the fateful message. And it's like, hey, yeah, cool, thanks, welcome to the team. And so I join in this Discord server, and I'm like, oh, wow. It's like a real Discord server, too.
Do you
and I'm like-
remember who messaged you, Fuffy?
It was Sean, right?
I think it was Sean.
Yeah,
'cause he
Sean-
was doing the
I
casting
think
call.
it
Yeah,
was,
Sean's like the
but I
fucking
don't-
casting like producer. So
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
remember
Alright,
that.
for sure. Go on.
Wait, let me scroll up in my DMs with him real fast.
yeah,
I honestly can't remember messaging you. I thought Matt did it.
it was either
It
it
mu-
was
it
one
must
of
have been
us.
Matt.
I could have sworn it was you, Bor, but I
I mean,
don't
I know
know.
I have
My
gold and
memory's
everything,
terrible.
but
Yeah, because we use you for all the
You
casting
do.
stuff, just because you have gold.
yeah, because I'm the only one who stupid enough to pay for it.
Hey man, you got it on a good deal. It's cool. It's whatever.
Now there's quarantine prices too.
Yeah, bro. Did you switch out
Yeah,
for
it was
quarantine
Matt who
prices?
edited it. Wait, no, it was Matt who messaged me. He said, "Hello, Fuffy? Lol. Sorry, what's your name? My name is Matt. I'm the voice of Tanjiro in the new Demon Slayer Bridge by FanBase. Also the director. You're the editor, right? I'm James. Yep, I'm the editor that auditioned. Okay, awesome. Nice to meet you, James. Well, if you didn't notice that you were casted on CCC, I decided to just come to you directly on Discord because, well, that's easier. Thumbs up emoji. I'll be inviting you to the server now. For the next 2 days, we'll be sorting out who will do what and explaining what needs to be done. And then there's an invite there.
Bro,
And
that
he's
is
like,
the
"Also,
most
Mr.
like
Colors is the main editor.
dude,
so if
that's
you
like
have
the most
questions, he'll answer
upbeat
them."
message I've ever.
Both
Hey.
of us listen to wholesome messages back and forth.
Yeah, bro.
Anyways, I get in here. I hop into like this editing session with this MrColourss guy
Dude,
and a
that's
few
me,
other people
bro.
hanging out. I look at his workflow and I'm like, okay, so he's using Premiere. He's editing similarly to me. I mean, you did lip flaps the same as I did.
Yeah. That was the only way I could ever think. Like, I'm sure TFS and like all of them do lip flaps a little bit differently, but I think that's like the main idea is like the way we do it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's pretty like I can't think of any other way to do lip flaps than the way we do it. I think it's just the way it is.
Mhm.
That's it.
And
I'm pretty
so
sure.
then, like, I get into this server. I talk to you. It's like, all right, I'm like, man, I better be on my game because I don't want them to like, think that I'm not a good enough editor. Because I know I can use Premiere as good, if not better, than anyone in here.
Yep.
Confidence.
Hey,
asserting his
thinking
dominance.
I'm so great. And so then eventually I like get my one scene because you handed out scenes to everyone, and I
Yeah.
do it all like I'm the only one who gets a scene done.
Yeah. Well, I was working on like I think I gave you and it was another guy. It wasn't Obi. Obi wasn't even here yet. It was
No, Obi was not here.
Yeah,
This
Obi comes in during Tower of
Obi
God
was pretty new,
arc.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Sony arc.
Yeah.
The Sony arc editors who have since
been
removed
departed.
from
Yeah, we have
positions.
since let them go because they don't
I'm the only one that
exist in
survived.
here. They don't like talk to any. They literally. I gave one guy. Fuffy was the only one to turn in a scene. I don't even remember what scene it was because like.
It was the final scene where he slams open the door and he's like,
Yeah, that's
I
right.
remember that.
I
Oh,
gave
that's why-
Fuffy
I'm back,
the
bitch.
so if you guys remember from episode 4 or no 3 of Kimetsu no Yaiba, it's when he's running Urokadaki brings him up to the fucking mountain and he's like, yo, go down the mountain before sunrise. And so he has all night to get down the mountain past all the traps. And so I gave Fuffy this like 2-minute scene to do. And it was like at the end of the episode. It's the very last scene of the episode. It's really funny. And he did a great, wonderful job. He was the only one to turn in a fucking scene. There was like 2 other people. I gave 2 other scenes out.
There was like 3 people.
Yeah,
I
bro.
swear, there was like 3 whole editors.
Yeah,
that
we
I
had like in total, if you don't include me, or if you include me, we had like 4 people in the editor's chat. There was 2 other people, including Fuffy, who we added on. One of them didn't have. One of them was using what Sean uses. What do you call it? DaVinci, which is close enough. Like it's not a big deal. And like they just, I was like, hey, here's the scenes, here's the script, here's the FanBase drive, have fun. And they just. Fuffy was the only fucker to turn in shit, bro. It was ridiculous, man. Like, I don't even know why.
The thing was, it's not like they didn't know how to do it, because when
Yeah.
I casted them, I made them give me an example.
Yeah, like we
I
actually
believe
had
I
like
shared
that
with
was like
you
a.
this.
I remember you messaging me and you were like, "Hey, man, like what should be the requirements?" I'm like, "Okay, well, 1, they need to know how a bridging works, and like 2, have them show us some shit that like shows that they know how to do at least minute editing." There was one guy who auditioned, Fuffy. I don't think you know about this. There was one guy who auditioned who was straight up just a cinematic editor. Like he just edited like vlogs and shit, like the complete
He was like, I'm willing to learn.
yeah, and which is totally fine. And we actually keep him on the back burner. Like we're like eventually like maybe we'll message him, but we don't need him anymore. But like.
Yeah.
But like he auditioned, he showed us his resume, his like portfolio, and it was just all vlog cinematic like shots, and we're like, what?
It was music videos, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like music videos and stuff, and like they weren't bad, but they weren't like crazy good either. You know what I mean? They were definitely like shot with like a Sony A600. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything impressive. So. No hate to the guy if he's watching this, by the way. Like, just throwing that out
He's
there.
probably not.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Fuffy then
The
joined.
conclusion of the Sony arc.
Yeah. So the conclusion was this. I was halfway done with episode 1 or episode 2. But because of how tired, because like episode 2, we went right into like episode 1 got done within a week, right? All of this stuff, by the way, all of the Sony arc happens within like a month and a half.
Like episode 1 gets done within a week. I immediately join in.
Yeah.
Given my part for episode 2, we all start working on episode 2, and then
this is what happened. So I had a big crash where I because I worked so hard on episode 1, and then I got my new job that I currently have at Home Depot as their like lead like delivery associate or whatever. So like I like do a lot of work all the time. So I'm there 40 hours a week, which doesn't seem like a lot to some other people who probably do more, but like, you know what I mean? It's a very physically taxing job. So I was there all the time. Then me and Kiwi broke up, which really sucked. And then, and then I had to edit. I was editing I was doing what Fuffy does now. And so I was editing all of the stuff with very little time. I had horrible time management. And then I had to account for 3 other new people. I had to like make sure I had to overlook their stuff. And so episode 2, by the time it was supposed to be released, Wasn't released. It wasn't finished. Fuffy was the only one to turn in anything. And then we got attacked by Sony. Sony attacked us and took down episode 1, and we tried so hard to get it back up. And they took down the other series too. There was 2 other ones, which the one that we were mainly competing with still somehow managed to get their stuff re-uploaded. So congrats to them. Straight up, you guys are savages. But it was bullshit. Because I think our series is better. No hate.
You mean our series is better? Ooh.
Woo. But yeah, man,
No,
the Sony
but,
arc was
Rip
trash.
that. And
Well,
that
what
happened
the-
right about as we were talking about this hype news show that was coming out.
Called Tower of God.
Whoa, segue!
Segue, and that brings us right to where we are now. We're still in the Tower of God arc. It's amazing. The channel has been on an all-time high. Just great.
Yeah, we
Yes,
were able to get
yes.
episode 1 of Tower of God done. This is where I took over as like main editor because
Yeah.
you were in that slump for a while.
Yeah, I was still in
And
the
in
slump
that
for a bit.
time, I've been learning audio editing, so I've wanted to do like final pass and all the audio at the
Mhm.
end. So I took the whole.
Yeah,
the final
I
package.
passed the flame on to him. And because like it wasn't like an overnight thing too, it was like over the course of like a month. It was like Fuffy was like taking on more and more work, and then when Kiwi left, Fuffy had like the week Kiwi left, Fuffy became like an admin out of nowhere. I was like, what? He was just suddenly in the admin chat, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm down. Fuffy's dope, okay. And so yeah,
I could have sworn. Well, I don't know.
I wasn't even a
know
part
I
of that
talked-
conversation. He was just in there. I was
I
like,
talked to
just
it
before
about
Kiwi.
before,
yeah,
Left.
yeah. It
that-
was the week,
but he
before
definitely
left.
deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it. Like he was really
Fuffy-
working hard.
Fuffy
So.
has been.
I think that was when I grinded out the trailer for.
Yeah,
Tog
you did. I
episode
remember
1.
we passed the trailer to you
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So, Sean, how did you find anime?
Whoa.
Well, how did I find anime? I would I would always go around to one of my cousins' houses who had Sky, which is like satellite television.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was a young whippersnapper, there was only 5 channels that British people could access,
Mm-hmm.
and all the anime was on this channel called Toonami.
You might have.
It
Heard
doesn't
of
exist now in the UK anymore.
Oh, really?
But yeah, no, that it went like in 2009
Oh, wow.
or 2008. Yeah, so I just go around and all they'd ever put on is Dragon Ball Z, and over the course of like I'd say 2 years, I finally managed to actually watch one saga because they would just keep on showing repeats of the same episode every week for
Oh, wow.
best part of a month. So yeah, I just got into it that way. But it's when you're that young, you don't know of it as anime. You just recognize like
Just
that
cartoons.
the way that certain characters look similar. Like I would also like watch on terrestrial TV. So that's like the main 5 channels that we had that everyone got.
Mhm.
There'd be Saturday morning cartoons. You'd have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. That was one of my favorites. And then also Card Captors. It was called Card Captors over here. Card Captors Sakura,
Mm-hmm.
which has a banger of an OP in the for the dub.
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah, that's right. This was at the time when they would like change the original OP for the English dub. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would, like, change it for, like,
four kids
yeah.
would 4 kids would do it as well. Trying to get into One Piece. This was the 4 kids dub, and
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yayo.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
That's all you.
That's it.
All you gotta say, bro.
I then went away from anime for quite a while. Like I discovered sports, and I discovered that I discovered that that girls smelt quite nice. I guess is probably the best way to say it. And like so I just like focus like really like on being more of a jock than a nerd. But for my work, like I work in sports broadcasting. I got paid to go to Japan
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago now, and as soon as I went there, it's like the sleeper weeb in me was suddenly the switch was just switched on, and because
And
the
you
hotel I was
awoke.
staying in was right next to an anime museum,
Mm-hmm.
so I just went in there after work every day, and I'd like looked at loads of different manga, some things which I would rather not have ever seen.
Oh my.
Yeah, is that type of place. But yeah, then when I came back, I was absorbing everything I could. I got into like the gateway anime of like Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, Death Note, and
Mm.
it's it really like started from there. And then yeah, I've been because normally what happens is like I'll be like slightly obsessed with something for about a month, and then I'll move on to the next thing.
Dude, I'm the same way.
I've been obsessed with anime now for 2 years. That's the longest I've ever had an interest in something.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
Fuffy, how did
that's my story.
Fuffy, how did you find anime, bro?
Okay, so, well, first of all, I was watching all this, fun stuff like Pokemon and Dragon Ball. My mom wouldn't let me watch Naruto because she thought it was too violent. It was a long time ago. And that was all cool. That was all fun. I was like, I love these cartoons. And then one of my friends was talking about anime and was like, there's this one that you should watch. It's great. Great for newbies. It's called Sword Art Online.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Now, I don't know how
So
the fuck
that
I got
was
to
it.
watch
That
Sword Art
was it.
Online.
Bro.
Because again, my mom had to look up the content ratings because I was like 11 or 12 or something. So my mom had to look up the content ratings for Sword Art Online, and she was like, well, it seems like there's some mature themes, but I think you can handle it.
Bro.
But like at the same time, then I saw the rape scene, and I'm like, what the f-?
Dude.
I remember that. That was wow.
That was an experience. Anyways, it was entertaining. I enjoyed it, although I thought it was kind of weird. But it started me on watching some anime on Netflix. I watched like Death Note, Code Geass. I started watching like YouTube videos about anime,
Mm-hmm.
and then I fell down the rabbit hole, and now I've watched all of Interspecies Reviewers.
Oh God, you watched all of that? I listen. I found Interspecies Reviewers by accident because I was on, I was on Pornhub. And I found it
Which is only slightly less embarrassing than watching it in the speech.
Yeah, which is almost slightly less embarrassing than just watching it in like actually. So it's
It's
cool.
like your mum walks in and like just watching some anal porn.
Yeah, mom, don't worry about it. Like for real. So
about
I
it,
found the
Mom.
one scene where like I think it's when like I can't remember, but I think like the dude turns into a girl or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? And then like he just gets fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I-
one? The like tentacle one?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
like,
I
the
watched
little
that one. I
fucking
watched that scene. It was I did enjoy it.
Good
So it's
It's a
cool.
good scene.
So it's cool.
Jeez.
Matt,
I
how
did
did
enjoy
you
it, though.
how did you get into anime, bro?
Okay, so I grew up on anime. Okay, I grew up. Anime was it was everything to me. Okay, since the beginning. But okay, so as a child,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I figured out about it when I was a
Yeah.
child. I watched Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, of course, because they just come on the networks we had, Cartoon Network, and when it was cool. But anyway, I watched that, and then over the years, I kind of like lived under a rock, internet-wise and everything. But as like the years progressed, like my love for anime really just grew, as
Mhm.
the normal weeb love does.
So what was like some of the anime that you watched? Like what did you watch as like a child? So you watched like Pokemon? Did you watch like Naruto or some shit?
Actually, I did watch like Pokemon and stuff like that, but it really never clicked with me. Like I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh was a big one for me.
Dude.
Naruto, of course, was like my favorite anime for the longest time. Full Metal Alchemist. Ooh. I
Ooh.
also watched what's it called? It was one anime that was it used to come on the thing I used to watch anime on a lot was it was like late night Cartoon Network.
Toonami, right? That was
Yeah,
Toonami.
Toonami.
Yeah.
That was Toonami. And I think it came on that. It was Casher and Sins. And I really liked that anime. I didn't ever end up finishing it or like getting
Mm-hmm.
remotely close, I don't think. But I was just I loved it so
Yeah,
much.
you know what's funny? I never clicked with a lot of the childhood anime. My childhood, so I didn't know what anime was until I got into 8th grade. We're talking like 2012. I was 14 years old, and I didn't know what anime was until one of my friends was like, it wasn't even one of my friends. It was just I was on YouTube, and I saw this scene from Kiss Sis, which is a dirty pleasure. If anyone has ever seen Kiss Sis, have any of you seen Kiss Sis? You know
I
what I'm
have
talking about?
not.
You guys are missing the fuck out on some prime time almost hentai shit, bro. It
Almost
was so,
hentai.
listen, it was such a good show that I started reading the manga. I didn't even read comic books as a teenager. I was the weirdest teenager. Like, I didn't do anything normal. I could care less. I was like a gamer, but I didn't read manga. I didn't watch comic books. But like, I saw this YouTube clip from the show. It's a scene of them. It's a scene of the main guy and his. It's basically, so to put it simple, this guy has a stepsister. It's a classic scenario, stepsisters. It is a harem anime.
God damn it, anime.
He has
Come on,
stepsisters
Japan.
and they're twins. Identical twins.
Got a twist.
And it's a scene where he's trying to study and he's trying to get into the same school as them, right? But he's really fucking stupid. So they're both equally trying to help him, you know, get into the school, like pass the entrance exam. And they're both trying to win him over equally. Like they're both like really trying to make him fall in love with each other. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to beat each other. It's like a game. And so one of the characters is doing this thing where she made this chocolate lipstick stuff, and she puts it on her lips, and she says, "Okay, so every time you make a question, you like get a question right, you can kiss me and like get the chocolate off of my lips." And it was on YouTube. Not age restricted because they didn't have that back then. And like this is like early 2012. This is like March or May of 2012. And I just found this scene and I watched it, and I found like in the comments, like I found out like what the show was. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I searched it up, and this was back when I watched this. I used this anime website called GoGo Anime. There was a couple of them around.
I
think
use that one still.
Yeah, I use GoGo Anime still. If there's like an anime that I can't find on Crunchyroll or or Netflix or anything, like it's just like an anime I really want to watch, it's on GoGo Anime.
Kiss Anime.
Yeah, Kiss Anime got taken down sadly. Your hashtag fucking rip Kiss Anime, but I always use GoGo Anime because it was like one you click on the video, one ad would pop up, you close it, and that was it. It was dope. So I use GoGo Anime to watch all 2 seasons of this show. And then I learned what anime was, and then I looked back at my childhood. So this kind of loops back around. I didn't watch Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or like any of those. I actually did get into Dragon Ball. Me and my brother when we were younger, and I'm talking like this is like 2010. This was when Netflix first became a thing. Like it wasn't like you could stream Netflix. It was when you could order the CDs and like the movies and stuff, get them shipped to your house. You know what I'm talking about? Like you could own them for like a week or so, and then you'd have to send them back. It was that. And me and my brother found this cartoon called Dragon Ball. It wasn't Dragon Ball Z. It was Dragon Ball. And me and my brother, for like a whole month, maybe like 2 months, we ordered like the Dragon Ball DVDs, like all the seasons, and watched the entire series of Dragon Ball together. And that's when we learned like where the Kamehameha thing came from, and like all of these nuances from my childhood I started learning about, because I remember even before I knew what Dragon Ball was, I was always doing Kamehameha like in like daycare, like it was just a thing that like people did. I didn't know where it came from. I thought it was just a funny like thing, and then I learned where it came from. But the show that I loved as a child growing up that I didn't know was an anime, which was also on Toonami and then later became a Cartoon Network show for a little bit, was Inuyasha. Inuyasha was the anime that I clicked with, which is really, really funny because a lot of children usually click with like One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking hated Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna get so much hate in the comments for this. I hated Yu-Gi-Oh! So much. I just could not do card games, and I could not understand. I know.
Loved Yu-Gi-Oh!
And like even now, I dislike card games so much. Like you try to get me to play Magic, it's not happening. Like I will not sit. I can't do it. Like sitting down and like I have to hold the card up to my face and go, this card does the blah blah, and then like you know what I mean. Like I can't do it. And Pokemon's the same way. I couldn't really get into Pokemon just because like. I got into it for a little bit. Like, I remember I actually tried, like, it was like 2016. I actually genuinely tried to watch the original Pokemon with, like, Misty, Ash, and Brock and stuff. Like, that Pokemon timeline, which I think is the only one that is in the cartoon world, is with Ash. So I tried to watch the original series, though, like, not all these new ones. And I got into it. I got, like, season 1 done, and I was like, you know what? I'm not really into this. But like I'm down to play like a Pokemon game. I like the Pokemon games. I think they're pretty cool. But like I never liked One Piece. Never liked One Piece. And I can appreciate it now. I will not watch the show though. And there's a reason.
Wow.
It's one of those
yeah.
It's one of those things like, you know, a bit like with Naruto as well, like as if you did not
The
start
numbers are
it when
really
it was
menacing.
first on,
Yeah.
you are lost.
Yeah, and
You've got no chance in hell.
Naruto, I fucking love Naruto. Naruto, fucking love that shit. And I know it has like, it's like 600. If you just, I'm just talking like Naruto to Shippuden. I think Naruto has like 300 episodes and Shippuden has like 400 or 500. So it's like that's like a good like 15 years worth of content to watch. But I watched it in the span of a year. And it was so fucking good. I remember, like, I was entranced with this story because it's, like, really original, like, at least as far as I understand. And so was Inuyasha. That's why I liked Inuyasha, because, like, it was a really... I think the reason why I didn't like a lot of the OG, like, shows like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was because they were always around. Like, I always noticed that it was because it was, like, a marketable, like, toy or a game. You know what I mean? Like Beyblade and like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. It was always like, here's a game, here's a product, here's like a toy. And I'm like, I didn't really like that. I didn't connect like as a kid.
That's
like as
how they make their money.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. Like I don't like shows that are basically made like Digimon. Fucking hated Digimon. I didn't like shows that were purposefully made or made in a way to market toys to kids. I just didn't like them. You know,
Digimon had some good character development.
Yeah, if there was a show that I watched over the other, I watched Digimon more than I watched Pokemon as a kid.
Oh, I've actually got a
would
thing to say
too,
about
honestly.
Digimon. So I didn't know. I didn't notice this until like a few years ago, back when I had my anime renaissance. So obviously like watch the dub as growing up as kids because that's all we ever know. And so obviously like they had the different theme tune.
Oh, you're talking about like Digimon's
are
theme.
the champions.
Yeah.
Little catchy thing.
Digimon, Digigo
Yeah.
Masters.
I
Yeah.
remember that specifically.
Little catchy thing. Okay. Right, and then I listened to this song, and oh my god, it is the Japanese opening for Digimon, and it is this beautiful song. It is like one of the most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard. And I'm like, why didn't we get that?
Did they remake the animation for the opening? Like, did they redo like the opening for the Japanese and the opening for the US is just completely different animation and song? Is it like totally
I think,
different?
Well, the thing with Japanese ones is like they always come in like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So they can get like a good bit of like song and chorus in.
Oh yeah, US shows are like
because-
straight to the point, right? The
But
US
for
ones.
because it's for syndication for American TV, they need to trim it to like fit the commercial break in.
Yeah.
So they trim the ending and they trim the OP.
Yeah. I don't think they do that. They don't do that anymore. I think we discussed this before. They don't do that
because
anymore.
it's all built for like streaming services.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. But yeah.
True.
But yeah, man, I was big. I was big on Inuyasha. Just something about the story and #hype because October 3rd, the new fucking Inuyasha Yashahime comes out.
I'm so ready.
I am
for that.
so fucking ready.
So ready. I'm gonna
And-
watch the shit out of that.
And I actually decided because of that show, literally solely because of Yashahime, I am gonna start doing like anime content on YouTube, like on my personal channel, because I haven't uploaded in exactly a year. It's been like a whole year since I uploaded anything on MrColourss. And so I think I'm gonna actually like try and make anime content, and I'm gonna make my first couple videos about Yashahime and like the first season of Yashahime and like the story and stuff, just because like, bro, I love Inuyasha and I love that they kept the OG music and the art style, and like, bro, it's gonna be so freaking good. It's also because I played Inuyasha in a in which I think you guys have seen it. I posted it like twice in like our chat, like in like one of the fan chats up top. But I did a scene with Shuggy for like this demo. Me and Shuggy were doing a bunch of anime scenes that we were gonna compile into like a demo to send to like voice acting like studios and companies and stuff to get like actual like gigs. And we did.
Oh, how naive!
Yeah, exactly. How naive of us. We were like 18 years old. Well, I was 18 and she was like 17 or 16 or something when we did all this. This is like 2016 when we made these things. And yeah, so Inuyasha, me and Shuggy are so excited for Inuyasha.
So, Colors,
yeah.
do you know if there was any like sort of like manga or anything for like the Yashahime?
Oh
thing?
yeah, no, there is. It's a completely animation. Okay, much like Boruto. So let's put it this way: much like Boruto, it is going to basically be a complete anime adaptation. It's going to be solely an anime by itself. They're writing the story. Like the story is being written for the anime. It's not an adaptation of a manga. However, they might make a manga adaptation because there are people who prefer to read over watch. You know what I mean? And they do that with Boruto. Yeah. They did that with Boruto where they released the movie and they released like the first season, and then they started making manga adaptations of Boruto. And now Boruto has a completely Boruto the manga is so much different than Boruto the anime. And
I hear
so
the manga's a lot better.
Yeah, and so first like the first two
seasons
of Boruto are complete garbage compared to the first two manga seasons basically of Boruto. So you have to really suffer before Boruto starts getting really fucking good, and it kind of sucks. So yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Whether you watch it or not doesn't really change anything. It's still you know, it's basically just like if you're a fan of again, if you've been watching Naruto for a while, you know, you can watch it. Me, Derek, and Dylan watch Boruto. We really like the show. So, but yeah. I remember there was a little. I wanted to finish. There was a little side tangent. I forgot. One Piece. I will not watch One Piece because it has over 1,000 fucking episodes. And after 1,000 goddamn episodes, y'all have still not finished the fucking story. Like, how can you keep pulling every 12? How is there like 17 seasons? Yeah, bro.
To be fair, he said he's halfway there.
Bro, that is ridiculous.
On a prayer.
That is, it's like, dude, like. I don't get it, man. Like how much story
if
and
you
plot
watched
could
it,
there possibly be there?
God.
Like I've seen, like don't get me wrong, I remember the original concept, like because the show has strayed so far away from the original concept of the show. Is there's this fruit and the world is full of pirates, and there's this forbidden fruit that you're not supposed to eat because if you eat it, I don't remember like why you weren't allowed to eat it. But basically, when you eat it, you get you get powers. And the kid who ate it, he ate the fruit, and he wants to be Pirate King, and now he can stretch like a rubber superhero, and it's really cool. And that was the original concept. Yeah, he's Mr. Fantastic, and that was the original concept of the show.
It's the most basic power too.
Yeah,
it's
and
so
like
funny.
and they did really creative stuff with it. And then like they started getting a little bit more advanced. It's like, okay, he can harden himself and turn himself into like steel. Okay, cool. That's cool. Like two opposite traits, like hardened steel, rubber expandability. Cool, no problem. And then like they got like gears and shit, and now there's like There's like it turned into Dragon Ball Z, bro. Like every anime, every shonen anime wants to turn into Dragon Ball Z, and it
that's
pisses
just
me
how
off.
it is.
It's like
But,
You,
okay, I can
do you
explain
remember?
exactly why people really like the One Piece in like
go
a
ahead,
whole.
go ahead.
The main reason is because the world building and the character
Yeah, I
development
know,
in One
I know.
Piece is just so good. And
Yeah.
that's why for so long it's been Japan's #1 anime because it's weird and it's like funny, but at the same time like the character development and like the world itself just gets you like so interested in it that like every other arc it feels like a completely different show.
Yeah.
And that's why with so many episodes
Mm-hmm.
I can still like confidently say I'd watch it all, even though I stopped at like episode 600.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Golly, man, that's so much.
So Matt,
It
you're
really is.
18 now. So if you start watching it now, you should be finished in time for my funeral.
Yeah. Pretty much, bro. It's a lot of that's a
Wow.
lot of content, bro. That's and One Piece again, all of these shows, at least like Dragon Ball Z and like One Piece, Naruto, Inuyasha, they all came out at like the same time. You know what I mean? At least like the English dub, the mangas came out in the 90s, the anime adaptations came out in 1999. All of them, and Bleach too. Bleach is one of them as well. Bleach,
Dragon Ball Z was a bit before.
I
that.
think Dragon Ball Z was like late 80s. If I remember, it's like
Z Kai,
87, 89.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then Dragon Ball Z Kai though.
Yeah,
Probably.
Dragon Ball Z Kai was
Dragon
pretty good.
Ball
That was
Z Kai
2000.
wasn't
That was
for a while.
2011, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was when Dragon
Do
Ball
you
Z
remember-
Kai.
I honestly hated Dragon Ball Z Kai.
They took out
Just
all the
be-
filler. I like Dragon Ball Z Kai because they took out basically
Yeah.
everything that literally didn't matter, and I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
they did, and I guess it just I don't know, because I watched the original and I was a big fan of like Dragon Ball, so like
I didn't like
I
that
don't
they
know.
censored
It was
stuff.
just-
You know what I
it
mean? Like
didn't
they
hit.
censored like the blood and stuff. They made it like brown smudges on their faces instead of like for instance with Piccolo, at least they made it like they changed his blood to purple for some reason. Like that did a difference.
Oh,
And then the
yeah.
characters didn't even bleed. They just like had black smudges come out of there. Like
Oh,
like
you mean like
you know.
yeah, the little marks on
Yeah,
it and
the little
stuff.
marks, like where there should be blood, it was just like a black scrape, and I'm like, what?
Like a bruise or something.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
like,
I noticed that.
yeah, bro. So
Do you,
yeah,
does anyone remember that Dragon Ball used to be about, the Dragon Balls?
and the tournament. Remember, there was like the fighting tournament and stuff. like,
It actually was centered
The literal
around
premise
martial
was
arts.
to collect the
Yeah.
7 Dragon Balls.
yeah, it
That
was actually centered
Yeah.
around realistic martial arts, and like Bruce Lee made an appearance. Like Bruce Lee had, it wasn't like an official like Bruce Lee cameo, but Bruce Lee had a character named Bruce Lee in the fucking show.
Yeah.
And Goku beat his ass, which was fucking hilarious. Yeah, bro, it was really good. I remember the original Dragon Ball content. I
Yeah.
liked Dragon Ball Z up like I definitely won't like lie. It kind of it started getting pretty crazy after Frieza. You know, like the Frieza arc was like, yo, they're in space now. Like they're blasting energy, but it was still like there was a threat. You know what I mean? And the Cell saga, it should have ended at the Cell saga for me. You know what I mean? Like the show should have ended at Cell. And also
Yeah, that's
Z
what-
was supposed to be about Gohan. Like they spoke about this in an interview, like the writer. What's his name? Fucking what's the Dragon Ball Z abridged fucking
It's not Mishimi Kishimoto, that's
no.
it's that's
Akira
the
Toriyama.
Naruto.
Kira
It's
Toriyama,
Akira
thank
Toriyama.
you. Kira
It's Akira
Toriyama spoke in an interview that he was going to Dragon Ball Z was supposed to be about Goku or about Gohan. It was not supposed to be about Goku. It was supposed to be about Goku's son Gohan, and it was supposed to be like basically like that, which is why Gohan is the main character in Z. Like he's the one they're after. He's after Gohan. Raditz is trying to steal Gohan and train him. That's why Piccolo trains him into a crazy warrior. Gohan was supposed to
a lot
defeat.
more
You know?
sense.
Yeah, and
And
then
actually, this story was supposed to end, at like
at Cell, it was supposed to end
the
at Cell.
end of the Cell saga.
Yeah, and then they were like,
Yeah,
"Don't end
that's
it.
really
We
crazy.
want." Dude, Dragon Ball fans are so scary. You can't argue with Dragon Ball Z fans or Dragon Ball fans in general because it's the only anime that they watch. Like you can't fucking do it, bro.
No. If there's one fandom you don't want to get in an argument with, not because they'll win, but just because
They never give up.
They never give up, and that is the Boku no Hero Academia.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
bro. Oh my
gosh.
god. Now, like,
Actually, there's
Or,
some
as
crazy
I like
stuff
to
going on
as
right
I
now,
like
huh?
to call it, battleships.
dude, yo,
Battleships.
listen. Listen. I get so annoyed because I love My Hero Academia. I love the show so much. I think it's a really unique shonen. Like yeah, it has shonen tropes, but because of the world and like the unique situation that the writer put these like developed this character and the characters in the world and everything, it's super unique and it's really awesome. Much like Inuyasha was. And like a lot of those other like shonen animes that have come out recently, like Demon Slayer and all of the, you know what I mean? Like they're really unique and super cool. But like the fandom, bro, like this whole thing where like they want all the characters to be gay when the writer doesn't, and then they send death threats to the writer, make it gay or we're going to kill you. Like, dude, stop.
The thing is, the community is so split. Like, there's one half of it is just all like fangirls that are like shipping like
the men,
freaking
yeah,
the men, and like only the men too.
yeah, it's like only the men. Like it's literally girls.
Like Todoroki kind of hot, but like
Todoroki x
Oh,
Bakugo, Deku Bakugo. I ship Deku Todoroki with each other, and I'm like, yo, stop. It's not about. There's no like. There's not even a love story.
All the characters.
Like if anything, like, and they actually did this in the show, like season. I think it was season 2, where they literally like Uraraka like literally says, I need to put these feelings away for now because there's way more important thing. Like he actually went away from the love story. It's not a love story. It's about this kid who goes from zero to hero and becomes the number one hero in the world and saves the world. Like, y'all need to stop trying to put ships on everything, man. Like, come on. Like, just enjoy the story. Like, stop trying to change
There's
everything.
already ships in the story.
There's already ships in the story. There's the Kiminati. What is it? Kiminati?
Ooh, Jiro and Kiminari.
Yeah,
That's
Jiro
my
and Kiminati.
favorite
There's
ship,
you know
dude, out of all of
there's
them.
the what's his name, the guy with the bird head, fucking him and Fuffy, Sue, him and Sue.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never heard of
that's
that.
like the ship is them, I believe. And
Damn,
then
that's
Bakugo. Listen,
Bakugo
I'm
and
not gonna lie.
everyone is a ship.
Yeah, Bakugo and everyone is a ship, but the little love triangle between Deku, Bakugo, and Uraraka, I kind of like that. Like, and I know that the writer didn't do anything with like Bakugo and Urivity at all. But like, other than that big fight where they fought during the UA tournament or like the sports festival, and like she really gave him like like she fought like her hardest. Other than that moment, they really don't have much to do with each other. But I kind of like that kind of like idea. Like that could be a cool little love triangle and develop like a story
I don't like
there.
it because fuck Bakugo.
Bakugo is the Vegeta of My Hero Academia, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
Dude, Bakugo's
Exactly.
really just
Bakugo
great.
is the Vegeta. He did some really messed up shit, and now they're just not even mentioning it. It's
Well,
like,
no.
Deku, go kill yourself.
Listen. So here's
okay.
So here's the thing. I read the
Actually
manga.
becomes cool superhero like a boss.
Dude, no. So for all the anime, for the people who refuse to read mangas because they're dead and they have monkey brain, if spoilers, but like in the manga, he has amazing character development, like super good character
I
development.
do like it. I like how
Yeah.
a lot of it is focused on
Yeah.
his own determination.
Yeah, and
and
yeah, because in the beginning it's always like he's so determined that he hates everybody. Like he's
Like,
so
he's so
determined to be number
cocky.
one. He won't let anyone get in his way.
Mhm.
But like in the new like the newest chapter, like I think it was last chapter from like last week, he develops so much that he like he's looking at his own flaws. Like he's so self-aware of like, I was so determined to be good that I didn't realize that Deku was so determined to, and like I was like pushing him, I pushed everyone away, I idolized myself, and like I'm like, that's the kind of character development. Because the thing is, here's what good character development is, all right? I don't like it. For instance, so to put it differently, there's this thing in shonen anime where like the villain suddenly becomes good. Like he could complete 180 on their character. I don't like that. I like it when a character acts within the realm of reason. For instance, there's one I think it's like Sasomaru from like Inuyasha. Shisomaru from Inuyasha, he despises humans, despises his little brother because he's half human. However, throughout the series, he doesn't necessarily start liking humans or protects them, but he meets one human who later becomes his wife. And he only likes her. He only likes this one human, and he tolerates his brother. But he will not go out of his way to save humans unless it affects him. You know what I mean? And so it's still within his character. For instance, with Bakugo, he's still extremely well driven, extremely like I'm gonna fucking win and I know I can win. But he's not acting out of the, like, he didn't do a complete 180 and he's being nice to everybody. He's still a dick, but he cares about his friends. He cares about Deku. He recognizes Deku as a worthy rival, and he's willing to work with Deku officially. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a complete 180. It's within the realm of reason, and that's good character development. So yeah.
And speaking of Bakugo, has anybody? I was gonna say this earlier, but has anybody heard like what's been going on in the manga recently? Like, there's a lot of hype.
Yes,
Oh
I know. I heard about it.
I'm
Sadly,
I think it was the
scared.
newest
read
one,
the
right?
manga.
I won't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Because
say
I
it.
know
I'm not
that
gonna say
we,
anything,
as like the four of us, we actually do read the manga. For instance, we read the Tower of God manga or manhwa, whatever you want to call it. Or if you're one of those pieces of shit who calls it a webtoon,
It is.
well, listen.
You can call it whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
want.
it's literally just a manga. Like, it's literally,
I mean,
it's a comic.
It's more in the webtoon format, though. It's more optimized.
It
Yeah, I
is,
know. It's
'cause-
optimized to scroll, but it's a manhwa. It's a Korean manga. It's a manhwa. And you know,
So.
it's a Korean story. It's a manhwa or manga. It's whatever you want to call it. But I find it so hard. I find it so like, it takes more energy to call it a webtoon than it does to just say like comic or manga. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those. It's like, you're so pretentious.
I mean, it's already your default thing anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's all.
Yeah, it's like you're so pretentious if you really have to go out of your way to go, oh, I read the webtoon. So, but
Okay,
yeah,
wait,
I know
but
that
how
all of
far
us,
are you guys in the manhwa?
For Tower of God.
Tower of God.
I'm like
100
halfway through
exactly.
season 2.
Okay,
I'm at
yeah.
100
I'm like,
of season
I'm at
2.
the beginning of, I'm like near the beginning, but past the prologue of the Hell Train arc.
Mm.
The
So-
Hell Train?
So I am.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I am deep into it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
boy,
Sean's been reading it for a
far
while.
Oh,
Have you spent
I am
coins on it yet?
deep.
Oh no, I don't spend coins on it.
Oh, okay.
I am deep in though. What am I on? I'm on season 2, episode 247, which is number 327
Oh my
of
god.
the overall series.
Yes.
Holy crap. Dude, that's
Dude, and it's
impressive.
good. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
and by the way, Rachel still belongs to the streets.
Oh, of course. Rachel is
Oh.
always for the streets, bro. I'm at the part where they find out that where Kun like makes the spoilers for those who are only gonna watch the anime because you're lame.
I mean, the webtoon's been out for
Yeah, exactly. Also, this
webtoon.
part of the webtoon has been out for like at least 6 years now, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm at the part of the webtoon in season 2, which is I think is still really early on. Like I think it's like episode 100 or whatever, like chapter 100 or whatever. But it's at the part where Kun finally says like, "Yo, Rachel actually was never hurt. Her legs were never broken. She's faking it. We're going to make her. We're gonna break her." Like, you know what I mean? Like that part. I'm
And then
at
she-
that
I
part.
remember
Oh,
that
God.
part.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
spoilers.
Oh fuck.
Into spoilers, into spoilers.
Go ahead.
Anyways, a bunch of shit goes down, but it's a lot of fun, and Bomb has long hair. That's all
Yeah,
that's
I love
important.
Bomb. I can't wait.
Yes,
I cannot
like
wait
his long
for
hair.
season
Dude,
2.
I'm just waiting. I'm
Can I
waiting
make
to
a
see the fights
segue
in
here?
season 2 because I know they're gonna be awesome.
Oh, a good segue.
Well, that leads on to a
good
that leads
topic.
on to another point, which is like, obviously now you got Korean manhwa being a source for anime. Like, you know, it's like how big has anime gotten?
Dude. Anime
You
is
just jump
fucking
into that
huge.
thing.
I remember being in middle school,
Almost
like
as huge
8th
as
grade.
Astolfo's cock.
Yeah, I remember being in 8th grade. When I first got into anime again, this is like 2012. And again, I remember watching Sword Art Online, but it wasn't my entry anime. Again, Kiss Sis was my entry anime, my gateway anime. But I remember Sword Art Online being super popular. I remember seeing it during summer because it came out like July 17th or something, or June 17th or whatever during the summer. And I remember this show was so hyped because of the book that the English dub was a week after. Like, it was like one of the first instances of like, hey, let's get the dub like the same time. You know what I mean? Like, usually the dub comes like a year or two after the show has already been released and done. But this was like the first time like Sword Art Online was like so hype. I saw it on Cartoon Network during the summer. But anime, and that was when I started noticing like anime getting huge. And I've only been an anime fan for like a couple months. Like, I went into high school like not knowing much other than like Naruto, Sword Art Online, and I thought everyone had watched Kiss Sis before. And then when I was like, "Have you seen Kiss Sis?" They're like, "Bro, this is like straight up hentai." And I'm like, "No, it's not. I swear, I read the manga. like it's not hentai. It's just really."
How did you go from reading like 0 to 100? Just
Yeah,
like
bro.
straight from the first anime to like reading the manga of a hentai anime.
Like, dude, you don't understand. It's ecchi. It's ecchi. Okay, it's an ecchi anime.
It's ecchi, yeah.
If you do, I think the manga, because there's like a censored version of the show and there's a not censored version of the show. When I found out there wasn't a censored, there was a non-censored version. Because like the version that I watched had like they used like the light stream, the light, like the blurred lens, and then like they would use like clouds and stuff like steam to like blur everything.
Yeah.
I thought that was just the anime because again this was my first anime, technically speaking. And then I found out there was an uncensored version. I watched the shit out of that. So much titties. so, a lot of titties. And then I read the manga.
Little note for the audience. This MrColourss is a man who swears that he watches High School DxD strictly for the plot.
You mean a man of culture?
I'm a man of culture, boys.
That's why I watch interspecies reviewers.
Well, here's the thing.
I watched interspecies reviewers off of Fuffy's review. He told me it was good, I think, or it was, I don't know. It may have been.
Fuffy is the kind of guy who has no shame. I watched interspecies reviewers and I loved it. I'm gonna recommend it to my friends.
That one's
I watched the whole
fascinating
thing
show.
for the meme, okay?
And then Sean's over here like he's the one with shame, and he's like, I think it was okay. it was alright, you know.
I didn't like the ending, honestly.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
true.
I don't know what the ending is. I never
Really
fucking
did
watched
peak
it.
at episode 3 when Funimation stopped dubbing it because they realized it was hentai.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, Sentai Filmworks dubbed Domestic Girlfriend, but
Okay, that's true. But they
but saying that though, they only released a censored dub. Like I'm a massive fan of the show, and I didn't realize until yet again, MrColourss told me that there was an uncensored version.
And then
so
it brought
I
a whole
had
slew
to-
of problems.
I had to watch this for research.
Scientific
Actual reasons.
purposes.
Like, we actually had to watch it for reasons. For
Yeah.
writing purposes and shit.
Yeah, for writing purposes.
But like the way we watched it was on Pornhub. So I loaded it
Oh
up,
my
bro.
god,
was
I
like,
watched interspecies reviewers on Pornhub.
That's where I watched it.
It's the only way. It's like the only way I could find it. I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Bro, it's like unless you
I was
like
like,
check
I'm for real
GoGo
gonna
or
have to
something,
just
you know.
watch this.
Other porn sites are
Dude,
available.
it was not on GoGo Anime.
Really?
It wasn't.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was surprised.
But yeah, man, like anime's gotten so huge. I remember again, I won't go off on a tangent this time, but I remember getting into anime in 8th grade, and like I would tell my friends like, yeah, there's this, like Japanese like anime, and like I guess around that time people knew what anime was, at least as far as like knowing like, okay, anime is Japanese cartoons. And that's what people called it. Like, bro, you're like, and I didn't get bullied like for watching anime like at all. At least I wasn't the weird kid who would Naruto run to fucking lunch. You know what I mean? Like, if I was that kid, I probably would have gotten bullied. And I was friends with a couple of them. And I would watch everyone laugh at them because they would Naruto run to fucking lunch because they wanted to be the first one in line, which is totally cool. Like do you, man? But you know, fuck the haters. But I remember anime being super new in like 2012, 2013. But right around the curve of 2013, anime just like spiked incredible. It was super like just a huge spike in anime popularity, and
it's
everyone,
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy
Because like,
dude,
it's grown so much. Like not only like the fan base of just like anime in general has it's gotten so big.
The
like
Western,
like before you wouldn't like run into people that like knew the same like
dude,
I guess
exactly, bro,
series as you like. But okay, so let me use an example. Like one time, okay, so I guess like 2 years ago, this one kid that I've been friends with for a while. We still talk, but okay, so we were in drawing class, right? And he scoots back his chair, and he like in the middle of class makes all this noise, like the chair's like making the loudest noise as he just slowly scoots over to me, and he just like peeks over to me, and he's like, "You watch anime?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Have you watched High School DxD?" And I was like,
my God, yeah, it came
yeah.
out around that time.
And he was like, "You want to be friends?" And I'm like, "I guess so."
Dude,
So it's just crazy, like not only like plot and like animation has gotten better over the years. It's really cool to see that like people actually, it's like a big fan base.
Yeah, it's a big thing now in the
Like, it's
Western world.
huge.
When you look at likes of like Your Name being like the one of the most popular films in Japan, and then you know it's you know that's really big. It's really big, and it's so big that J.J. Abrams wants to do a live action American adaptation of it.
Yo,
yeah.
I did not know that. I hope he doesn't fuck it up. His career will get destroyed if he fucks that up.
Well, basically, all we'll know is that he will put in a lot of lens flares and probably cast John Boyega at some point.
Yeah, bro. And again, like I think that anime, they can't fuck that. If they cast like, and again, I'm not all about like this whole like whitewashing or like making sure the characters are the proper race. Like I could really care less. But I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there who do, because I'm not like someone who looks at the race of a character. Like if you want to make Superman black, go ahead. Like I don't care. But I know that this anime is the characters are specifically Japanese. They are specifically.
Yeah, but it's
you know
not.
What I mean?
It's not going to be. It's not going to be a live action like remake.
Oh, it's going to be just an American adaptation.
Yeah, it's going to be an American adaptation, like based on the work.
Gotcha. So they will be switching up like the characters and the races and language and whatnot. Okay.
Just amazing, like as well. Like I remember a few years back at WrestleMania that the New Day came out wearing the Saiyan armor from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I remember that, bro.
And then Kim Kardashian, I believe it is, said that who's that girl from Darling in the Franxx, the one with pink hair?
I can't remember.
Well, basically she said that she was her hair inspiration.
The pink-haired girl?
Yeah. So
O2, I think.
Yeah, O2.
It's like
O2.
O2.
I think it was Gigaku, like it was either Gigaku or Mother's Basement or Anime one of those fantastic and content creators said that does this make Kim Kardashian the most famous cosplayer in the world?
Yes. Oh yeah. Dude, anime is huge. It's huge. And I think it all started with like Sword Art Online and stuff.
True. And there's such a big community around it. A community that now just collectively hates on SAO.
Yeah, we all just dude, hey, listen. It got so much hate that they pulled a Sonic and they remade the entire first season, and they're giving it like a 24 episode season just for Aincrad arc. Like, that's a win in my book. Like, I'm down. I'm ready to see.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. So the guy who wrote the story.
Hey.
Yeah, this is actual stuff. I'm speaking real facts right now. The guy who wrote the actual story.
Reki Kawahara?
Reki Kawahara. He rewrote the first, because remember, Sword Art Online was originally a short novel piece that was submitted to a writing competition, and then it got a lot of fan attraction, and so he wrote. It was a 2-part book, so it was 1 part and then 2 parts, and it's the Aincrad arc is split across 2 short books that are like 300 or 400 pages each. And that's how he's been writing the entire Sword Art Online franchise for each book. So the Elfheim, I think the Elfheim series isn't called Elfheim. It's called like Fairy. It's called like Fairy Story or something like that.
Fairy Dance.
Yeah, Fairy Dance. And then the Gun Gale Online is literally called Gun Gale Online. And then the next one, which is Alicization, it's like 4 books. Alicization is like 4 different books, but I think those are full books. And then there's Progressive. And the thing is, when he first wrote, again, because it was written for a short story, there wasn't like a lot of super big character development, which was the original issue with Sword Art Online in the first place. So Progressive takes everything that was wrong with Sword Art Online and pretty much attempts to fix it and does a relatively good job at it. So Kirito and Asuna and all the characters have actual character depth. They do more world building, so they visit far more floors. Because I think in the original anime, they visit like 6 floors. There's 100 floors, 100 unique levels to this entire world, and we only see like 6 or 7 of them throughout the entire story. I mean, for fuck's sake, like 4 of the episodes take place on 1 floor in their summer home. Like, this is a whole entire
22.
Yeah, there's a whole entire murder death game happening right now. #FanBase Fuffy, and they're not exploring the world. And it's a real shame. And so, in this one, I believe it's a 24 episodic season. And they're remaking the entire first season, just Aincrad, with more floors, more character depth, more characters. It's great. It's awesome. And they, as far as I understand, the book was really well received. So it's going to be a really good adaptation. So,
Do you reckon that something witty are gonna try their hand at that as well?
Yeah,
They might.
I was about to say, there's this whole community around anime.
Yeah,
and one thing
yeah.
that's been coming out.
Dude, our boy Izzy fucking just might. I don't know, because again, they haven't, because remember, Izzy's series is all about Izzy's series is literally all about attempting to fix. He's not even attempting. He's just fixing the show by using all the inconsistencies. Yeah.
And wanting it to be consistent.
Yeah, so he takes the inconsistencies, makes his own new consistencies, and then fixes the show. And that's why his abridged series has become the only and best Sword Art Online series that is out there right now. And by the way, episode 15 has came out this week, so if you haven't checked it out, guys, you should go check it out. Really good episode.
With that being said, so what are your favorite abridged series?
Ooh, good segue.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. How we find out about this abridged stuff?
Okay,
guys?
so I'll go first. Because I found out anime and abridged series all at the same time. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, cool. So I found out abridged series when I got into 9th grade, because Sword Art Online had just came out and all that stuff. So I was like, yo, let me check out Sword Art Online. And then like I found out what abridging was because okay, I knew what abridging was before I started watching anime because of Dragon Ball Z. I remember we got Dragon Ball Z on Netflix DVD. Remember that. But I remember looking up on YouTube because I didn't want to order it on Netflix. I didn't want to wait like the week and a half for it to come in the mail. So I looked up Dragon Ball Z episode 1, and it was the TFS version of episode 1 from their abridged series. And I watched it, and I remember Krillin getting bitch slapped into the house, and like it was really funny. And then I remember the Netflix coming in, and like it was completely different. The lines were different. I was like, why is? And then I spent like a whole month trying to find that original episode. And then I learned what parodying was and like abridging and everything and like all that stuff. It was a whole entire phase. So when I got into high school, Sword Art Online came out. Sword Art Online was the very first abridged that I ever watched, other than TFS. But I don't count. I didn't start watching TFS until like after Sword Art Online. And you know, it's really funny because I remember having this conversation with Izzy, and it's really cool because I grew up watching his show. Like his parody of Sword Art Online I remember watching it, and like it really it carved the path of my comedy now. And like just like how sarcastic I am as a person is pretty much because of Izzy, and it's really crazy because I'm friends with him now, and like we talk, and we like, you know, we like, I ask him questions and like ask him for advice, and it's really crazy to know that when I was in 9th grade sitting in my Photoshop class watching Sword Art Online with my friends, and I haven't even told them like this stuff yet, that I'm like, yo, you remember that dude that we fucking thought was hilarious? Yeah, he's like a cool friend with me now. So yeah, SAO is probably one of my favorites. And then there's, you know, Schmuck Squad and all the boys that we talk to, you know.
Okay, so you gotta pick one and sell it as your favorite. What one?
I think, okay, out of pure, fuck, dude, that's hard, dude. Fuck you guys, because there's only like a couple good ones. You know, there's
Yeah,
TFS.
I want you guys
and
to go
SAO.
first so that I can fill in.
Yeah, so I'll guess. You know what? I'll go with SAO. I'll go with SAO.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'll go with SAO for my favorite.
Okay, Matt.
I think probably my favorite is, you know, not to simp for Little Karibo, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. It's just so good.
Oh,
It like
yes.
points out all the like terrible things that are in Yu-Gi-Oh! And all the like plot holes and everything.
Mhm.
And it's just
That
just
it's a
so
card
nice.
game and their government is determined by a card game. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. That was really
I know. They're like, okay, let's play a children's card game to decide like the most fucking like
funny.
crazy shit.
Yeah. They're like, okay, it's fucking hilarious. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was one of the first ones, right? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and like
Yeah,
TFS.
yeah,
Those
Yu-Gi-Oh!
were, like,
Abridged, that's
2000
what I'm
those are like
saying,
both
not
like
to-
2005, 2006. Like,
Yeah, Little Karibo and TFS were really
Yeah.
the main ones. But Little Karibo was actually
the
the
first,
one.
right? Yeah, it
He
was
is
the
the
first.
godfather.
Yeah, abridging. I know whenever we talk about abridging, we always like Karibo is like
Yeah.
the OG like first
Yeah,
one.
because he really is.
Yeah,
But
Well,
if
he
I
coined the term.
abridging.
did what?
Because well, abridging means to shorten something.
Just
and
shorten
keep
a
it
story,
concise
yeah.
points.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he just called it Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And
yeah.
I think the thing that I sort of take a lot of inspiration from him in terms of like the comedy that I put in, which is a lot of fourth wall breaking,
Mhm.
but it's not just fourth wall breaking for the sake of it. It's done like he points out extensively all the times that he, you know, he's like, well, it doesn't really matter what we put in this episode, we're
Mhm.
gonna get cancelled anyway. And then and then like he talks about how 4Kids were cancelling the actual series, and then one of my favorite things is when he naming the
Oh,
god
yeah.
cards,
Oh
because
my.
Slifer the Sky Dragon, obviously the Japanese name is like Winged Dragon of Osiris, but Slifer is the surname of one of the 4Kids executives.
Oh.
That's why he says every time, I summon Slifer, the executive producer.
Oh, see, that's really cool. I didn't. Yeah, again, I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh or followed like 4Kids or anything, so I didn't know half the
Little
jokes.
Karibo is a legend.
Bro.
All right, Sean.
Well, see, the thing is, Little Karibo stuff is also my favorite abridged series. But I think my favorite now is probably gonna have to be the FanBase Tower God abridged.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
That's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
Yes,
Hell yeah, bro.
best.
That's good.
You want to know mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was waiting because I would have said SAO, but since someone else already said that, I get to say my other one, which
You
is
gotta
pretty much
be
tied.
Unique.
Okay, well, first honorable mention. Code Ment is just an absolute shit
Code
post.
Ment is a fucking shit post and a half.
I'm
bro.
at soup. What do you mean you're at?
What do you mean
soup?
you're at soup? I'm at the soup store. Why are you at the soup store buying clothes?
Let's see
I
that
don't
too.
know.
You.
Fuck
It's
you.
just a great one.
It's just good. Yeah.
But in my opinion, the best. It's a full, succinct series. Has an amazing ending and everything. Every episode, absolute banger. It sounds lovely, and that is going to be Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
Fuck you.
Oh my
Fuck
god!
you,
I was
bro.
just about
Oh,
to say if I had to pick a
bitch.
second one,
Yo.
Hellsing Ultimate Abridged would be like, oh, it's so
I'm
good.
mad.
The writing in that is entirely
turned, like-
clean. They took all the lessons from Dragon Ball Abridged and just blew it
Ooh,
out
they
of the
just
park.
Blew it out of the
perfected
water.
it.
Dude, that was
They made
the
like a
ultimate.
completely like horrible like it's not horrible but like utter like bloodshed constantly and
Yeah, bro.
like
Aren't the
brutal.
episodes like full length too? Like I know the original episodes of the anime were like
Yeah,
an
they're
hour
like
long, but they
long.
they made these ones like 30 minutes. Like it's like a full
Yeah,
on show.
They really went like all out
Dude, they
with all
went
of them,
all out
but
on that one, and they spent
it
so
did take
long.
like a year for them to
Yeah, bro.
produce like
Yeah, I
each
remember they would only
episode,
release an
which is
episode.
crazy.
They would release one episode every Halloween for like they did it for like 12.
Yeah.
I think they started it in like 2010 or something. I remember being in ninth grade. This is when I started watching Abridges because I watched SAO Abridge and my friend was like, "Yo, there's this really funny one called Hellsing Abridge," and so he told me to watch Hellsing Ultimate all the way through first, which I did. And then he had me watch. And I was, swear to God, bro, I was walking up and down the hallways in my high school, calling everyone. I was calling, yes, I'm the turkey fucker. like just running up and down, like, yep, that's right. I'm gonna fuck the fear turkey. Like, what the fuck is this dumb shit? Dude, Helsing was the I remember, bro. It was so good.
Dude, I love the accents. I really like what they did
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
My
really
favorite
made it
part is
so
the fucking
good.
French guy, bro.
I know.
Dude,
It's so good.
it's gonna be my kind of fucking line. Fucking my
I'm gonna read this
dick.
disclaimer. It's gonna be my fucking kind of line.
Dude, fucking
My throbbing cock and balls.
oh my god.
Oh my.
Dude, my
God.
favorite one of my favorites is the plasma TV with fucking Netflix on it, bro. I want a
Watching,
flat
like,
screen.
Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And then it just gets destroyed.
It's so good, bro. It's so good. I like that they like. I think another thing that I appreciate about TFS as a whole is that they take the act and Izzy started doing this too, especially with like the latest like episode like what 14 or whatever, where they had to animate the tree mouths and shit, which is something that he just started doing recently. And he did it a little bit before, but like he really does it now. But TFS always did this thing where they would crop characters from different scenes. Like they would really like the essence of the original episode was still there. But TFS does this thing where they completely almost reanimate scenes. Like they reanimate, draw, like they'll stitch characters from other scenes into new ones and create custom scenes just to fit their plot line. And I think that's
pretty
incredible.
crazy. That's really
They
something
really
hard to
go
do,
the
yeah.
extra mile to make an abridged
It had
like
a
their
satisfying conclusion.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
with all the jokes about satisfying conclusions
They didn't really have
in that
s-
show, they
Yup.
had satisfying conclusions.
This is the conclusion, bro. And like I guess I understand like from a creator point they were like, yeah, bro, it just felt like we were rinsing repeating the same thing over and over again. And like honestly, I'm glad that they ended the show like where they did though, because like the show was supposed to I would not want to write I would not
They
want to
ended on like the big climax.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
ended on the
fucking
big,
finale,
you know,
it was
like
so
another
good.
Cell
zombies,
Saga.
bro.
Yeah,
I really
like,
like how they ended it, honestly.
yeah,
They
like
did a
I'm
good
glad they
job.
ended it where they did because the Boo Saga wasn't supposed to be a thing in the first place.
The thing
Oh,
is as
yeah.
well with the Boo
Yeah.
Saga is like that's almost a parody of itself.
Exactly.
Dude, yeah, it has so much potential. Like they could have done so good with it.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
they probably could have made like the
Well, yeah,
Boo
the writer had to
Saga,
pull it out of
like,
his ass in the
probably
first
one
place,
of the
you know?
best. Yeah, I mean, really, the main antagonist is just a big pink blob.
Who's just overpowered for some. It's literally Kirby. It's fucking Kirby. Kirby is the main villain
Yeah, honestly,
of
that
this
is what he is.
arc.
Because like if he eats something, he like turns into it.
Yeah,
pretty
he
much.
adopts like it's
Kirby is
like
the
you
main
know.
villain.
Yeah, bro, Kirby's That's a fucking highlight. Kirby's the main villain of Dragon Ball Z for like a whole, and then and again, in much like I mentioned before, which is another reason why I don't like the Boo saga, is that the Boo does a complete 180 on his character. Like he's supposed to be this really fucking like mean force of, he's literally the embodiment of evil. And then like now he's this fluffy marshmallow who you know, and he stays that way.
They do explain like exactly. Like,
Yeah, I
what
know. They
happened.
like
At-
cut
at
the
end
evil
of
out
it,
of him and then destroy
yeah,
it.
they show his original like evil state and
Yeah,
you
but
know,
like
that's kid
again,
Boo.
like they did all this. Akira Toriyama did all that, and again, I know he did it only because like the fans wanted it. Like they wanted more Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z fans are the only fans
Actually,
who can watch the same
what I
15. You know what?
what I heard is what he did was he started creating it and he was tired of it after the Cell Saga. He said he was just gonna kind of like
Yeah.
throw the series down the drain.
Yeah, he wanted
And
to stop.
that's why he pulled it out of his ass, because he was like he just like tried to make it purposefully to where like they wouldn't like it, and then they like it fucking more than the
Yeah,
other
they liked
shit.
it more because
And
it was
then we have
fucking
Dragon
stupid.
Ball Super.
And then Super.
Yeah.
How many
I have
how many
mixed
hair
feelings.
colors? How many hair colors do you reckon
Yeah.
they've got left to do?
Dude,
Yeah,
we
that's
got,
what I'm
we
thinking
got
too, which is
black. We got
Yeah.
golden. we
Don't
have
shoot.
more golden.
That
Because you know,
man's not black.
dude, each fucking
Matte
hair, because you know
black.
each form, like each like Super Saiyan 1 through 3, each form, like it's not just golden hair, it's like darker shades of gold. Like Super Saiyan 1 is like a really light yellow, Super Saiyan 2 is like actual gold colored, and then Super Saiyan 3 is just this insane array of yellows and gold. And then you
And
have
also Goku gets a massive mane as well.
yeah, he gets a massive, huge hair, and the hair is ridiculous. And then like you know, like then we don't talk like Dragon Ball Z fans now are so like, because it's the only fucking like shit they ever fucking watch. They're like the fucking, you know, the Dragon Ball GT wasn't that bad. You know, you
It's
have
also
Super
not
Saiyan
canon.
4.
honestly, I don't know which one I like more. Like, okay, I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but because it's an unpopular opinion, but I really don't like Super
I
all that
I
much,
don't think
and I'd
anyone
say
really
I
liked
kind of
Super that
appreciate
much.
like Dragon Ball GT a little more than
It was
Super.
more
I-
unique.
I
It's
would
definitely more
say
unique.
Yeah, it had a better story, I feel.
Just along for the ride.
Yeah, bro.
Here's the problem with Super. It goes back to that thing of like, well, we've already made our villain good, so
Yeah, Beerus.
who can we make Frieza? We'll get Goku and Frieza to team up. We want to see
yeah.
that.
And who are they gonna fight? Literally, the creators of existence. We're gonna have them fight those guys. Fuck
That's
yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Like,
That's
how-
like
how
Dragon
can you
Ball
go
Goku wins,
higher?
lol.
like we got multi-universe in Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball in general just is not the same show anymore. I can't enjoy it. It's not like
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
appreciate
feel like the
GT
same
way
thing.
more because at least it was unique. Like you know like at least it was good. Like it was good for a while, and then you have Goku in fucking leather pants, but that's fine. Like that's okay. It's
Here's the best thing about GT. It's definitely the way they explain the, you know, with the negative energy of the Dragon
Yeah,
Balls, because
yeah.
here's my gripe with Dragon Ball Z, right? It's something that really pisses me off, and it's the fact that, like, you know, they go, oh, don't worry, we can just wish it away with the wish them all back with the
Yeah.
Dragon Balls,
Yeah.
and then when their Dragon Balls can't be used, they're like, hey Namek, you know, since we saved your planet, well, even though we didn't save it, but you know, we got you a new planet.
yeah.
How about you let us use your Dragon Balls to sort out our shit? And you know, and it's like it just makes deaths feel cheap because you know
Yup.
that everyone can be wished back.
Yup.
So that was the best thing about GT, was the fact that they had, like, they got these Dragon Balls together, and then it was sort of like, actually, fuck you guys. We're the evil dragons.
The Dragon Balls get characters themselves. Dude,
Yeah.
I thought that was dope, bro. And then they have to fight like the calamity of all the Dragon Ball. I thought that was really a cool concept. That's why I like.
Yeah.
That's why I was like kind of like ashamed, like because like I like the original concept. Like death was what do you call it? Me-gated. It was me-gatedable.
It was cheapened.
Yeah. Well, no, in Dragon Ball, because if you died, you could be brought back, but only one time.
You die in the game, you
I-
die in real life.
And I thought that was a
Just
really nice
kidding.
concept. Just kidding for the first time. Second time, not so much. You
Yeah.
get one respawn. But now it's just like, dude, and like the thing is I don't like Super because it's just like it's just the same rinse and repeat of like who's gonna be the biggest villain, who's the next. It's not even villains at this point. It's literally just Goku wanting to he just wants to fight stronger people.
It's
I'm like,
really just-
Goku, you are the strongest, bro. Who else are you gonna fight?
Fire powers.
Like, yeah, or eventually Goku's just gonna make his own fucking universe, dog. Like, what? He's gonna be God himself. Like, I don't understand.
Honestly, like where it's getting at, that's how it's looking.
Like, I remember when
So,
Super
he
started,
wants
and
to-
like Derek and Dylan were like really hype about Super, and they were like, yeah, Super's it's not that bad. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Like, I liked Super, and then the Goku Black stuff was cool. But then like this whole universal tournament multi bullshit, I'm like, bro, this is just not the way this should have gone.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not to say like Super is like bad,
no,
but
like,
it's
but it's
just
just
not Dragon Ball.
no, it's not Dragon Ball. It's not what I initially liked Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z for. It's basically just become this like you turn off your brain. It's like you enjoy it. And to quote Sea Dog, you can turn it off and go monkey brain time and just like enjoy it. Like you can just sit there and just not have to think and just watch big lasers be shot at each other and it's cool. You know? Like that's what it's come down to basically for me. So yeah. So we're all voice actors here, right?
No.
We all do. We've all been in a couple things, right? We've all been in a
That was less of a segue and more of a
transition.
more of a sort of like you picked it
A
up
hard
and you
cut?
put it back where it should be.
Yep. We left a
All
bridge.
right, Mom. Just finishing talking about voice acting.
Yep. All right.
That's my one role. There we go.
Fuffy, Matt, and this kind of goes back to where we were before, but it's still like VA stuff, cause you know, so like, Fuffy, what was the original topic? What was VA stuff? We were just talking about like what we
Basically, like, yeah, because what's the thing that we all have in common that all the fan base is built around? It's a bunch of VAs mostly.
Yeah.
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 So,
I think VA.
how did you guys start the VA thing?
Oh,
Because
dude.
we learned how Wildbore and MrPrince both went on to Omegle and typed in voice acting. But like, why? Like,
Why?
where did it all
Why'd
start?
you do that?
Well, I guess I'll go first. Well, the reason I started voice acting was specifically just because, you know, I loved anime and everything like that. But I think what really mainly piqued my interest was being able to, you know, scream and go Super Saiyan.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yes.
no, I've done maybe a few, not really big roles, but you know, I've done little stuff here and there.
Yeah, this little
Uh,
channel called FanBase.
Hmm,
Yeah,
this little
that's
channel
pretty
called
much
FanBase.
the
Not-
basic, the basic core of why I became a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now,
for-
there's someone in here who actually like also goes out on casting call and applies to all
oh
this stuff,
yeah.
named Wildbore.
Oh dude, he's on there all the
So-
time. It's his favorite place.
So,
Oh, that's another rant going for a different day. But no, so I really got into voiceover because it was initially voiceover I got into, not necessarily the acting part. Basically, I just, when I was about 13, 14, I remember listening to Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime and listening to Don LaFontaine, who is, you know, the excuse me, the movie trailer voice guy, you know, the whole
In a world, in a city, in a street.
you know, that guy.
yeah.
So I really wanted to like be able to do that, but of course my pre-puberty voice couldn't handle that. So you know, I kept on like trying to like go deeper and deeper and deeper, and I wasted a large part of my teens, like, you know, not getting anywhere because I thought I could do a deep voice, but I couldn't. But now I'm an adult, and I can go low.
Ooh.
I end up finding myself wanting to do the higher roles instead. But yeah, I got into voice acting because I essentially got bored, and then Corona happened, which meant all my work was taken. So I thought, I desperately need money. Voice acting, that's a profitable thing to get into.
Perfect.
And
Let's just
Prince
buy a
said,
mic.
Take my hand. I will show you the world.
I can show you the world.
But I then realized the important thing was like I just wanted to have fun with my friends and just dick around.
And that's what it really comes down to at the end of the day. It's fun.
And my problems with casting call club stem from this thing called Gacha Life,
Oh
Which is
yeah,
where-
I've never heard of it.
Oh,
no,
which is
God.
where Fuffy's enjoyment comes from.
it's hilarious, bro. This shit you find on casting
These
call.
random gotcha rolls.
Okay,
Fucking
but
gosh.
first I want to touch on my origin story with all of this.
Go ahead.
So I was in this one YouTuber's Discord. He just started Discord. It was complete anarchy, but me and a group of people all like met up. Okay, so I tried to make one abridged series once with a friend. None of us could voice any characters. None of us had decent mics. I could barely edit it anyways, but it was kind of fun. Nothing ever came of it. But then I'm in this one YouTuber's Discord with all these people, and some of them were like talking about a bridge and like wanting to make them, and we're like, hey, we could like actually do something like that. We make our own whole Discord server, do all this stuff, do all this writing. And then I even put together a few like little teasers for it. It was fun. And then everything fell apart because, of course, other people can't write, and I didn't want to be a main writer, editor, and also a lot of people couldn't really voice. I had the nicest mic, and was the worst voice actor. So then I was like, well, but I really want to edit an abridged series. I have this whole thing in mind, and that's when I jumped on Casting Call, and how I eventually found my way here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oh, is it my turn now?
It's your turn if you have
Okay.
any like
Dude.
pre this.
Yeah. So of
anime
course,
content
I'm a
creation
pretty.
stories.
So here's the thing. So I guess, and I think we talk about this a lot because Sean has given me the unofficial but official title of the poster boy of FanBase, just because like I'm involved in so much stuff
The
already.
main character voice.
Yeah, I'm the main character voice of like fucking half the shit we do. And so for me, I'm a little bit more well known than a lot of the other guys here, just because of a lot of the other stuff I've been in. But a lot of people know me from this huge audio drama. It's pretty small. You might not have heard of it, but if you have, and if you're a brony, I'm not a brony. I want to make that clear. At least I was, but I'm not anymore. I got out of it ages ago. Back when I got into anime, funny enough, right when I started watching anime, I was like, fuck ponies, bro. I'm into titties now.
Hey, once you go clip clap, you
Ponies,
never go
where'd
back.
that come from?
Yeah, bro.
That's gonna get taken out of context.
Yeah, but so my friend Sugar Cloud, who Shuggy, we brought her up earlier in the podcast. She voices one of the characters in Domestic Girlfriend, the main girl.
1 inch wonder.
Yeah, 1 Inch Wonder. And so Shuggy has this audio drama called Love and Kindness, which is an audio drama is basically just any other show, but it's audio. It's there's no video. At least for us, we use pictures, which is the norm kind of now on YouTube, where they just kind of put pictures up for the scenes and to like really depict what's happening on screen. But I play the main character in that one as well, and his name is Butterscotch, and in the Brony fandom, I became the typical voice for Butterscotch. So if you were ever trying to do a Butterscotch voice or this character, and there's this character in My Little Pony called Fluttershy, who's like this pink pastel pony. She has a really soft, quiet, shy voice. The whole concept of Butterscotch is he's the male version of that. And so my voice, or the way that I portrayed Butterscotch on screen and in audio, was basically like the most, like, I think this series has ranked over like 500,000 or 600,000 views or so. It's like it's right up there with like some other shows that you guys know, with Bride of Discord. I also was in that one as well, which is where other people know me from, and that one has millions of views. I played Shining Armor in that show. And that's where my voice acting started. It was the My Little Pony fandom is where my shit started in like 2012 and 13, going into 16. And then, and I only stayed in the shows because I was the VA for those characters. I completely stopped watching the show like ages ago, like 2013. I stopped watching the show. I didn't really care for it, but I had friends who did stuff around the show, and
You're in a
yeah.
community.
Huh?
Once you're in a community,
Yeah,
like,
basically,
even if you
yeah.
lose interest in the thing,
Exactly.
you're still
So,
in the
like,
community.
Yeah, I got stuck in the community, and I became like a staple character voice for a lot of these characters that were in the community. But I tried to weasel my way out by doing stuff in the anime community, and I tried to do YouTuber stuff. So like I would voice act in a couple like anime which is what I did stuff with Shugi with. So I did Natsu and Gray in a voice dub. I did Inuyasha and Kota in a voice dub. I did Noragami. I played Yato in a voice dub. And then I played it was a clan ad. Whatever the main guy, I can't remember his name. Tomoya. I played Tomoya in clan ad as well, which was really fun. And that's like where I started doing anime stuff. And then for abridging, you know, you got Dan Kuso from fucking Bakugan, which that series got thrown out the fucking window, sadly. As far as everything goes, I'm pretty sure the series is not happening. And if it is, it's just going to be really weird to like have it just randomly appear, you know. And then there was also a lesser known Beyblade Abridged, which is happening and it hasn't been released yet, but I also play the main character in that one as well. I play Jinga Hagane, who owns Pegasus, and I play that guy. So that's my VA stuff.
You have a very main character voice.
I have a super main character voice. Yeah, super main character.
If that main character is a simp.
If that main character is a simp, if he's between the ages of 15 to about 20, I can play that character. So yeah, I have a wide variety of voices. You have simp, you have this one, you have like
also known as Simp 2.
Simp 2. You have Simp 3, which is a little bit deeper. That's more like
you have like Simp, Diet Simp.
Yeah, you have Diet Simp. You have like there's this one voice where I throw a Bostonian accent over it. It's really funny.
Okay, so I just looked up this Sugar Cloud's YouTube, and I found the first episode of that. And you know what the first fucking line of it is? It's you going, Where am I?
Yeah, that was the best part. That's why I love To Our God. Yeah. I forgot to mention that. Dude, I lost my shit when I made that connection because other than Bride of Discord,
how far you've come.
Dude, other than Bride of Discord, which was the very first series where I played a side character who wasn't big at all. He wasn't a major part of the story. But like whenever Bride of Discord, whenever I'm talking to bronies, you know, like whenever I'm like in a call with Shugi, because she's still super into the brony fandom, obviously she does Love and Kindness still, and makes brony content and stuff. So whenever I'm in a call with bronies and like audio dramas get brought up, Bride of Discord is basically it's basically the Dragon Ball Z abridged of the My Little Pony fandom. It's like the number one audio drama. If you've ever listened to audio dramas, you've listened to Bride of Discord. And so whenever I bring it up and I go, oh yeah, I voiced, you know, so-and-so in that show, they all lose their fucking minds. And then when I further enunciate that I play Butterscotch currently and still do in the Love and Kindness one, they further lose their minds because, as you can see, Fuff, you're looking at it right now, the numbers are pretty big for that. And I think the first episode came out like at this point like 5 years ago or some shit almost. And episode 5, we try to, I think we release like an episode like once every like 8 months or some shit like that. Episode 5 is going to be finished soon. Because Shugi actually edits it now. She like finally got like Premiere or some shit. But yeah, bro, when I made that connection, like with the first line, because I remember me and Shugi and Frost decided to like sit down and rewatch the series for some reason just to make fun of ourselves. Because we were all like 16, 17 years old when we started it. I remember this is like a few weeks ago. I was like, what? Where am I? And I was like, that is the same fucking voice. It's the same. Butterscotch's voice and Bomb's voice are the same voice. And I implore you to watch the series if you haven't. So there you go.
And where can people go to find the series?
If you want to go and watch,
Google it.
If you want to go and watch Love and Kindness, you can either type in Love and Kindness. It's the only thing on YouTube named Love and Kindness. And it's if you want to just type in Sugar Cloud on YouTube, it's 2 words. It's not 1 word. It's 2 words. You will find our girl Shugi's channel, and you can watch. It's in a playlist, and it's also like her number one. It's her number one set of videos on her channel, so you can watch it there. And if you want to watch Tower of God for comparison, you can watch it here on FanBase, which is really dope because you know we're FanBase. But yeah, I'd say that the character Butterscotch and the character Bomb are pretty fucking similar. and it's really sad that they're really similar
We
because,
need to just show how far we've come.
bro,
just
we've
with our,
come
like,
so
original-
far. Just so far, man. And it's only been, I think I started voice acting 2013 or some shit is when I really started like VAing and stuff. So I've come a really long way. And the amount of characters that are under my belt at this point are pretty vast. I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. So,
Good work.
yeah, bro.
I do have to say that at first I could not tell the difference between Balm and Natsuo.
And like Natsuo.
Because I was listening to Balm. I was like, if he mentions shagging his stepsister, I'm gonna lose my shit.
But like, you know, like then you started like listening to it more, and you're like, okay, these are actually. I remember when we were having a conversation about you, like these are two actual different characters. Like I can tell that when you're voicing Bomb and you're voicing Natsuo, you're doing two different people, and I really appreciated that comment because I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I thought I wasn't doing a good enough job. Like I was like, I feel like Natsuo and Bomb are basically the same fucking person. So when you told me that, it made me feel really good. So.
I can't remember if it was Marsh or Thundermuffin, who said that they wanted to get like the, it might have been Fuffy actually. He said you were going to get the picture of Spider-Man pointing at each other, like Spider-Man pointing at each other, and just putting Natsuo and
You're
Bomb.
gonna put because it's like three of them, right? It's like three. So you were gonna take Zenitsu, Natsuo, and Bomb and put them all in a triangle. Like he was gonna Photoshop their faces on the Spider-Man and just like like it was just gonna be one big little fucking picture.
You're like, hey.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention this before because the series, it's not canceled, but it's just on hiatus. It might be canceled because our boys over at freaking what's their fucking. God damn it.
Sony
Smuck
Music
Squad.
Entertainment
the fucking
Japan.
Smuck Squad, bro. They started doing, one of them, the main leader of Smuck Squad fucking started doing Demon Slayer Abridged, and so there might not even be a point of us doing it anymore because once they take something, bro, they're going to be the only fuckers that anyone knows, so it's probably not even we shouldn't even do it, but I did play and was going to play Zenitsu in our Demon Slayer Abridged, which is where that comes from, so... Just throwing that out there. I was gonna be. He's my favorite character in the show. So, which I don't even know. I think I just asked. Like I remember I was editing, and I remember it started because there was like this disembodied voice. You remember it was in like the very beginning of the episode 1 for DSA. You remember? He was like, you were like, shut up! I'm trying to monologue. And I was like, is that a JoJo reference? Remember? Whatever his name is, Night Sprite. Night Sprite was supposed to voice that line.
Actually, you know who was actually supposed to voice that? It was actually Jin.
That's right, Jin, but he didn't have
Jin,
a mic or something.
no, Jin had a crisp enough. He had a like good audio, but the thing was, I told him to do the lines, and he just didn't
he just didn't do them. Yeah.
in the
Forgot.
time frame, and I guess like you just like filled it in.
Yeah, like I literally
It
asked you, I was
was
like,
good
hey bro,
enough,
can I
so I
just
was
fill
like-
this in? You were like, sure. And then we started
Yeah.
talking more, and then I was like,
And like, Jin was cool with it too. Like, I
yeah.
talked to him.
Well, he has to be. He didn't fucking submit it. I don't think he ever
Yeah.
planned on doing it, so so it's cool. But like I think then I like asked, like I was like, hey, do you have anyone for Zenitsu? And you were like, no. And I was like, can I be Zenitsu? And you were just like, you didn't even throw, because I know you typically, like, again, like we do this thing and you do this specifically, you're like, we're gonna have to throw it through like an audition
Yeah.
process. You were just like, yeah, sure, fucking have it. You were just like, yeah, go ahead.
It's because like I could see your voice fitting it, and like I was like, I mean, I may have to like I said, I would probably have to get like some sort of audition for you, just
Yeah.
like solidify it, but
Yeah.
like eventually it just like
You were just
drifted
like,
into,
yeah, it just fit, because then I started
You're
doing
the
like that,
role.
because we would do like, remember we would like fucking do that stupid shit role play shit in chat where you would go Zenitsu, and I go Tanjiro, like we could sit there and scream Tanjiro like a fucking dumbass.
Oh yeah.
We would flirt with each other in chat, but you were underage and I didn't know that. But it was all
Your
jokes, all jokes, boys.
Yeah, of course.
I can hear the sirens coming to my door right now.
Chris Hanson's about to.
He's about to bust through my door. Do you know why you're here? Why are you here? You're not here for
Wanna take a
anime
seat?
titties. What's up?
Want to take a seat, bud?
You want to take a seat? Yeah.
That's what
You
he
want to take a
said.
seat? I
Okay.
don't think you came here for anime titties, Mr. Colors. What did you come here for? Tanjiro.
Okay.
So yeah, bro.
So
where are we at right now?
Where can people find you guys on the socials?
Oh, dude. I know the quick answer for this one. So since you're watching our video, and you've made it this far, obviously, thank
Go
you.
to like the main fan base channel.
If you go to the main fan base channel to the right side, to the side there, of course, in the description we'll have like fire links or link trees down below for all of our social media. But if you subscribe to fan base, on the right hand side next to feature channels, you can find all of our YouTube channels, which is there. But if you just want to find our socials like our Twitters, Instagrams, and all of that stuff, you can check out the description down below, and you'll see all that
our
stuff.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, listen.
Just ask Colors really nicely.
Yeah, just ask me really nicely, and I'll show you my OnlyFans. I do actually have one, but I have never posted on it. But that could change if the fans ask for it. But that'll never fucking happen, so fuck that bullshit. But yeah, man, thank you all.
ASMR on my OnlyFans.
Yeah, Sean, fucking Matt can do an OnlyFans now. He's 18, bro. He's gonna, dude. Yo, listen. All I'm saying is Matt's pretty cute, guys. He's like, he literally looks like fucking Sasuke. Like, I'm just saying.
Cute, bro.
I
think he should do an Astolfo cosplay.
Dude.
I'm just saying, dye his hair pink.
Astolfo.
Put on a mini skirt, bro.
Dude, Tanjiro, fucking, we all used to remember when we used to call Matt Tanjiro. Remember, Sean? You remember when we literally just fucking forgot because we would name each other like the characters we played in chat.
I remember that our voice actor for Liroro, that no one knew his actual Discord name or real name for that matter for the longest time, so he was just known forever as Giyu.
Yep.
I remember that.
Fucking Giyu.
Wow.
We just called him Giyu, bro. We love Giyu, man. And now we know his
Giyu.
Discord, so it's cool. I still call him Giyu. Like in DMs, I literally just message him and go, "Hey Giyu, can you send me these lines real quick?" All right, boys. So I think we will call it to a close though, because we just hit the 2-hour mark. And I'm probably gonna be cutting down just a little bit of it, so it might not be exactly 2 hours, but we're on there. So Matt, do you want to close out the podcast, bro, Mr. Host?
I guess so. I mean, it's been fun. I hope you all, like and subscribe, like you're meant to, please, God. Okay. But no, thank you for watching. I guess we'll see you in the next upcoming podcast if I'm there.
Yeah, if he's able to make it with a good quality mic, but if not, we are rotating out the next feature, bro. We will have a guest on the next podcast. He is he's very well known, and he is a fan favorite.
Do we want to grab him? All right.
Yeah, we are going to grab 100%. We're grabbing him. Okay, I've been dying.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not saying who it is though.
Neptune from fucking.
What?
Kruby. I just blanked on the name Kruby.
Yeah, it's gonna be a member from Kruby, and he is a fan favorite in the fan base community. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You guys have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Have a good one. Jaane, oyasu minasai.
Bye.